Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Black Panther versus Deadpool, issue number 3 of 5. This is a weird one. Let's get into this. Uh, this is called A Mutual Threat. Daniel Kibblesmith is the writer. The artist is Ricardo Lopez Ortiz. Color artist Felipe Sobrero. And VC's Joe Sabino is the letterer. Cover artist is Ryan Benjamin and Rain Barreto. And Ozgoa Yildirim, is the variant cover artist. Okay. Deadpool was created by Rob Liefeld and Fabian Nicieza. I don't actually know how to pronounce his name. So, yeah, look again. I'm a little sick, so this is going to be I don't know. I don't know how well I'm going to assess this comic book, but I don't like the way that Black Panther was portrayed in here. He's basically spying on every single one of us, because if there's a camera, then Wakanda is watching. I don't think there's that many people in Wakanda for that. You know, like, I don't know, man. I want you to think about how much energy it would take, how much manpower it would take for every single person to be viewing or for somebody to be viewing every single person. Like, that's just impossible. It's impossible. You could skip by and go and look at a couple different people at a couple different times or whatnot, but, like, you'd be able to notice the bandwidth if all of a sudden I was recording and I'm, bringing this stuff back and, somebody's just watching. That's one thing, but how many people are you going to get to watch all of the cameras in the world, just in America, just in your state? How many people would it take? That's impossible. It's 100% impossible. There would have to be open fields, like, oh my God, open fields of computers lined up on tables with people watching. And then how do you go and respond to all those people? So you got like 4,000 people online. I saw something that's a little suspicious. My king, can I tell you? Or can I tell a council? Or can I, there's, I don't care how you're going to try and frame that. There's just no way with dissemination, with delegation. There's no way to get that to actually happen. Now, the way that there's like 7 secret spy agencies in America, and we know that they spy on people, and lots of people are spying on people, whatever. But we know that the way it works is certain keywords are said. You say a certain keyword, all of a sudden that causes a blip. The algorithm right away transfers you over, and somebody, as soon as they can, will check it out, or they'll start recording that chunk of the conversation from that point on and see, like, is this a threat, whatever. But no, as soon as I saw that line, I'm like, this is too far outside of the realm of believability at this point. I'm way better with seeing a cyborg zebra and stuff like that than when you go and say something like that. Plus, at the end of the day, I'm sorry, does anybody remember the Obama administration, this guy who won the Nobel Peace Prize and then ramped up the 2 wars that he inherited to 7 wars across the world? He didn't go for a second Nobel Peace Prize, did he? Everybody always hears me talking bad about Trump because he's the current administration, but no, I talk bad about everybody who's ever been in office for the most part. And, more than anything else, I think that Obama should be remembered for, besides his numerous war crimes, is the idea that this knucklehead actually had the nerve to spy on all sorts of people, and he got in trouble for it, and then he punished the whistleblowers. Now, I don't know about anybody else punishing whistleblowers. Maybe that did happen, maybe that didn't happen. I don't actually know, but I do know that people like Chelsea Manning and Edward Snowden, who should be considered national heroes to the voters, the people who are supposed to be actually putting these people in charge, the senators, the executive branch, what I'm saying? We're supposed to be their bosses. If you actually think about it, we're supposed to be the bosses. But we submit to these people because they will beat us down with the police state. Kind of weird for a Black Panther versus Deadpool issue number 2 thing, right? But at the end of the day, what I'm mentioning all this for is get people off of a comic book who are trying to make certain people look like bad people. Anybody who's going to be spying on others like that, it's known that it's wrong. If you're going to be doing specified spying, like, okay, I'm going to personally order off for us to spy on such and such, and of course I will take the responsibility, then we know that this is the case. But if it's just, oh, if it has a camera, know that Wakanda is watching. I was so infuriated when I saw this, because we now have a ruthless totalitarian dictator-style leader in Wakanda. That's not what I want. That's not what I imagine him to be. And I'm sure it was just like a brief little thing where it's like, if there's somebody there, oh yeah, because Black Panther is awesome. No, I'm sorry, I'm not a hypocrite. And I don't want Obama to do it. I don't want Trump to do it. I don't want anybody to freaking do it. And that includes people who I love, like Black Panther. Okay, he's not real, but you get my point, I hope, right? You don't have good guys doing the actions of bad guys just to show that they're badass. No, that makes them bad guys. So I can now clearly see that Black Panther is the bad guy in this comic book. I mean, he's stupid for one. Let's just call the comic book what it is. He's stupid for turning his back on the on Deadpool when he knows, duh, Deadpool's an idiot. Don't you dare call him an idiot, though, right? And then when he shoots freaking Jack-o'-lantern, who this was actually kind of cool how this is going, but then he just shoots him. Like, you know, the whole, am I alive? Am I dead? Like, he was working this dead-end job. The job was dead, that's for sure. And I'm just really weirded out right now by the idea that Kibblesmith just literally made Deadpool the more sympathetic character, who he's this guy who suffers from mental illness and this abusive, violent psychopath called the Black Panther, all right, this version of the Black Panther who just infiltrated Marvel comic books, all right, he's spying on everyone. I'm using my camera phone. So he's watching me right now, if you think about it. Uh-oh, I wonder what he's going to do to me now that I said, right, if I'm in the comic book universe, I need to be afraid now. I just found out that nothing is safe from his views. He's going to see every single thing I say, hear everything I say. He's going to know all of it, you know? I better be careful. Plus, whose hands does it fall into after he leaves? Uh-oh, right? So, you know, if freaking Killmonger becomes in charge of Wakanda next time, what happens next? Uh-oh, look at where all that power just shifted to. So it's never a good thing. But on top of that, here's this person who's definitely got psychosomatic problems, Deadpool. And Black Panther is just, he cuts off his arm and sends him out the country, you know, with the arm like that. And he's like, you know, accusing him of things. And he's basically gaslighting him because he just acknowledged, oh, I see everything. I know that you didn't actually want the vibranium for a bullet. You wanted to try and heal Willie Lumpkin. So, you know, I was just messing with you. Apparently, that's what he was doing. He's just messing with them. This comic book, again, I'm a little bit sick, so maybe I'm just a little wrong on this, but this comic book is ridiculous. Of course, it was meant to be, you know, really silly, plus Black Panther. But no, Black Panther right now is a Stalin-style dictator as far as I'm concerned. He's willing to do whatever it is that he feels like doing just to jack people up, just because it's like he's getting his jollies off of cutting off of his arm, cutting off of Deadpool's head. He just enjoys torturing mentally ill people and gaslighting him. It's like, oh, I knew that you weren't trying to, you know, get a vibranium bullet for an assassination. I knew you were trying to cure somebody, but I wanted to F with you. Oh, I know that you're going to wind up killing this guy because you're crazy, you know, this jack-o'-lantern guy. So I'm going to turn my back on you and give you just enough rope to hang you by because, you know, you're crazy. If he says, oh, it's my fault for allowing you to do such and such and such, cut off your own head, you freaking moron. This comic book, I'm sorry, this is, again, I'm a little sick. This comic book makes no sense. It doesn't portray the Black Panther the way that I expect him to be portrayed. My headcanon, this comic book cannot be in proper canon. This comic book is just, you know, the what if Black Panther were actually Stalin. That's what I'm reading when I'm reading this comic book. This is a horrible, terrible, terrible portrayal of the Black Panther. I don't want Mr. Kibblesmith ever writing the Black Panther again because you just don't know how to do it. You simply don't know how to do it. But hey, by all means, continue writing Deadpool. You got him down good. Anyway, guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed. I'm sick.